Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's February 2023. So here's my monthly update. As you all know from my previous videos, I've just come back from Hong Kong and Singapore. I did a couple of videos in Singapore. I did mostly videos in Hong Kong and Singapore for my other channels, Trophy Food Experiences and Trophy Travel Experiences. So I hope you'll check those out. I did travel a lot there. But I'm back in Vancouver and I'm seeing a lot of people, so there's a lot of opportunity to drink lots of wines. I was gonna go down to one video a week, but that didn't work because I've got so many videos and so many things I want to talk about. And while I was in Singapore and then coming back here, had plenty of opportunities to drink. So some upcoming videos I'm going to do a 1999 Chateau de Tertre from Margaux region, which I drank in Singapore with a subscriber. When I came back here, someone gave me a bottle of 83 Dom Perignon. So I didn't know anything about the store, so we just opened it and you'll see what happened there. You're probably asking, why do I have these two wines in front of me? They don't have to be expensive wines for me to be really excited about drinking. I hope to get to these shortly, and hopefully we have to review them. But I was really happy to pick up a bottle of Terlainer Alto Adige. It's a blend of Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay, and Sauvignon Blanc. I've always loved this winery, and they're a really great producer of wines from Alto Adige region. And then also I've got a Laurent Ponceau, so Beaune wine, and he's a real innovator. I'd love to share his story and his new winery, what he's doing there after he's left Domaine Ponceau. Over the next couple of months, I hope to do a couple of very interesting videos. One is on the effects of alcohol on your health, because there's recently been a number of stories linking in particular cancer with alcohol consumption. A lot of those studies come out of Canada, so I'd like to kind of go through those studies from a wine lover's perspective. I also want to do a very interesting video. One of my subscribers has purchased all of the growth wines from a certain year, and in return for him sending me a video of that and letting me publish that, I'm going to go through all those wines and tell him which ones I think are drinkable, which ones he should hold, etc. Since I am a Bordeaux drinker, I also want to do a video on my views on what is drinkable right now and what you need to hold. And again, there'll be my personal views based on my personal tastings over the last little while, but I'm going to go all the way back to the 50s and go all the way up to present day and kind of run through the vintages and kind of, in my opinion, think based on my drinking experience, what I think is drinking best right now and what's in its drinking window, etc. So hopefully that'll be interesting, and I'm sure that will raise a lot of discussion. Each month I try to talk a little bit about some wine knowledge, and this month again I'm going to talk about Bordeaux, which is the region that I drink of a lot, particularly the 2017, the 2019, and 2020 vintage, which I've drank recently. The 17 vintage I've done quite a few videos on. In fact, I've got a playlist just on the 2017 tastings, and I've recently retasted some 2017s, and unfortunately I don't think they're going the right direction. And I'm thinking that they're probably going to be a little bit more early drinking than I thought. With the 2019s, the exact opposite. I think it's a real sleeper vintage, and I think there's a real opportunity to purchase 19 wines at a good price for the next little while. Because what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of people in the wine community that are picking up on the 2019 vintage. Likewise, the 2020 vintage seems to be a really hot vintage. And I think partially it's because the 19 and 20 are really pretty decent vintages, but I think there's also a bit of sympathy on the part of a lot of these wine critics and wine experts, because you recall with COVID, they didn't get to taste the 19 vintage really well, and even into the 20. So now that they're back to normal, they're going gangbusters, then I think they're more than elated. So that's why you're seeing, in my opinion, really favorable impressions of the 19 and 20 vintages, because I think the wine critics are so happy that they're now back on the kind of trail and going to tastings and things like that. I think they're kind of almost over exuberant. That's okay for the 19 vintage because I think it was really well priced, and I still think it's pretty well priced. And so I think there's some value there if you buy for the next little while. I do think that it will catch up, and the 19 vintage is a great vintage. It's a sleeper vintage that's going to kind of sneak up on you. But I think people are realizing that, and I think the prices will start to shoot up over the next 2 years. The 20 vintage is a little bit different because I think it's already been identified as a great vintage, so the prices are already high. So I don't, and in fact, I think because of the over exuberance of wine critics, I think they might have slightly overshot on that. I think they're slightly too enthusiastic about that vintage, and I don't think prices have anywhere to go but downwards. The last part of this video is for my BC subscribers. There are a lot of product that is on sale. It's not the really high-end stuff, and it's not the very low-end stuff. So it's the mid-range stuff between $20 and $50. And so I see a lot of discounts this month, but just be forewarned, there's a lot of deep discounts like $7, $10, 20% or 30% off, but that doesn't mean it's a good wine. So be careful with that. Just because a wine is heavily discounted doesn't mean it's still a buy. And sometimes even if it's a slight discount on a really nice wine, it's, I think in my mind, a better buy. Here are my wine recommendations for the month of February 2023. And sorry, I forgot to do my shout out. I'll repeat it again next month because I forgot it this time. But my two shout outs this month are former shout outs that didn't take me up my offer of membership, but it's going to be Spirit Chaser and RB. And again, now you are a part of the TWH Club, and you can look at that video to see how you can claim your membership. So anyways, going back to this wine, this is the first wine. It's Bodegas Escorahuela Gascon from Argentina. It's a producer since 1884. Really great producer of value, and they have some premium wines also. But this is their value wine. Both their Cabernet and their Malbec is on sale this month from $19.99 to $16.99. But I think they do a better job with their Malbec, so I think this is a great buy. The vintage of the last wine was 2020, and this is the 2021 Unshackled. So it is a blend. It's made by the Prisoner Wine Company. So if you like this big, bold American wine, you'll like this. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, Petite Syrah, Syrah, and Merlot. So again, you know, it's gonna pack a punch, 14.5% alcohol. But for those people who like this kind of big, bold wine, it's a great price. $35.99 reduced to $29.99 this month. I'm a big Madeira fan, so I really like this gift pack. It's all 5-year-old Madeira, so it's not too aged and you don't need to air it out too long, but it'll give you the different kind of variations in sweetness from Malmsey, Boal, Verdelho, and Cercio. So it's kind of nice to give, it's kind of a sampling for Madeira, and it's not too expensive at $28.99 reduced to $24.97. I think it's a great price, and it gives you some idea of Madeira wines and whether that kind of suits your taste. So I think it's worthwhile. I was only gone from Vancouver for about a month, but it seems to me when I've come back that the prices seem to have skyrocketed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like everything seems a little bit more expensive. But this is a wine that I think has got great value. It's Clos de la Siete from Argentina. It's a Michel Rolland wine. Reduced this month from $29.99 to $24.99. Really nice discount. It's a Malbec blend, so 50% Malbec, 24% Merlot, 11% Syrah, 7% Cabernet Sauvignon, 5% Cabernet Franc, and 3% Petit Verdot. I think this is providing exceptional value. It's now the vines have matured and stylistically they've found their niche. So I think you're going to see this wine improve in quality, and probably the price is going to start to go up also. This next wine I really like too because of the pedigree. It is the Chilean winery owned by Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite. And it is Los Vascos. It's a fairly newer label for Los Vascos, so kind of a more entry level, but the price is really great considering the reduction of price from $27.99 to $24.99. It is a Cabernet blend, so it's 88% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Syrah, and 2% Camembert. So it's a really nice kind of Chilean wine blend with the quality. And Los Vascos has done a great job with their higher end wines, but this is a really nice price point for more entry level drinkers. So I really like this. You can't really go wrong with the quality here. Another great wine at the under $30 range. So this is from the producer called Meze, and their Chianti Classico Reserva. Solapo is the kind of brand name. It's reduced from $32.99 to $28.99. Again, in this price range, it's you can get some really great values like Solapo, or you can kind of really miss the mark completely. So, you know, it really, you're in this range between the $20 and $40 range, you can get some really good wines. And if you choose wisely, you can get great value out of them. This is a wine that I've reviewed, and I'm really very high on this producer, Ken Forrester. This is his flagship Chenin Blanc wine called FMC. And I will put my review of this wine at the back of this video. But it's so nice to kind of try a classic interpretation of a grape type like Chenin Blanc. So, and it's really not that expensive for what it is. It's $64.99 now, reduced to $59.97, but you're talking about the top end Chenin Blanc. So I think that's worthwhile to at least try it once. Next wine is from New Zealand. It's Grewaki's Sauvignon Blanc. I believe it's the 2021 vintage, and if that's the case, then it is the, I think, number 13 wine of Wine Spectator's 2022 wines. So it's on the pricier side for Sauvignon Blanc, but with the reduction, it's reasonable again. So it's $42.99 reduced to $36.99. So this is going to be pretty high level Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. So it'd be comparable, I think, to Cloudy Bay's Sauvignon Blanc. So I'd give it a try. This is another producer. I love Penfolds. I love all of Penfolds stuff, especially all the bin numbers. So this is bin 311, which is the Chardonnay, and good quality wine. And when you can get almost a 20% discount, an $8 discount on a $49 wine, I'd take it. The quality of Penfolds at the bin level is really, really good. This is a really nice label. It's from Cepas Field, a very quality and long historied producer in Barossa Valley. They've been producing wines since the late 1800s. And again, the quality is there. They obviously know how to make wines since they've been there for the last 100 years. And I don't see this label much. I don't see it on discount. So I take a try on it. It's reduced $34.99 to $29.99 this month. This last wine, I think, is a little underpriced for what it is. Again, it's a new offering from Carmen Winery out of Chile. And whenever you get a new kind of offering, sometimes it takes a couple of years for it to get priced correctly. So I think it's going to be an upward trend as long as it's quality. So this is named after a painter, Frida Kahlo. It is a single vineyard offering. So it is, all the grapes are sourced from the Alto Maple vineyard, and it is Cabernet, 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. So single vineyard, at this price is pretty good. It's $19.99 now reduced to $16.99. So I think their first vintage was 2017, which they released in 2019. So this is only the third vintage of this wine. And it really takes some time for these wines to kind of get into the marketplace. So I think it's a little undervalued, especially if it's reduced this month. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy drinking.